Layla, when are you going to start picking up and cleaning up after yourself? Honestly, when you married my son, I didn't expect him to be dealing with such a lazy and slobbish person. I fully expected you to have some manners and to be able to deal with the household chores. Is it really that much to ask?
What are you on about, Tracy? There's no mess in the house at all. I know because I did a deep cleaning yesterday at your constant insistence.
Well, if it's so tidy, why is there a bowl and cup just sitting in the sink, huh? Explain that to me.
What? That was what I had for breakfast this morning. I was in a bit of a rush considering I woke up late because you decided to hide my alarm clock. I didn't have time to wash up my bowl and cup. But considering that there are only 2 items, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I'll sort them out when I get home from work.
Ugh, don't bother. I've already washed them up and put them away for you. You're welcome, by the way. Not that you were going to thank me for doing your job, anyway.
Thank you, Tracy. However, you know that you don't need to do that. I am more than capable of washing up some dishes once I get back from work. It's really not that big of a chore.
If it's not that big of a chore, then how come you didn't do it this morning, huh? Were you just trying to make it a horrible space for my son to live in? And me?
No, Tracy, you know I wouldn't do that. I was simply in a rush.
Well, that's not good enough. As a wife, you are expected to take care of the house and all of the chores that come with it. Not to mention that you're supposed to make sure that your husband has everything he wants. Just because you have a job doesn't mean you get out of doing these things. It was your decision to keep working when you could have stayed at home and looked after the house and kids. So now you have to deal with the consequences of that decision.
Tracy, you act as if me choosing to go to work is some terrible thing. I enjoy my work, so I'm happy to keep doing it even though I am married. And for your information, the chores are shared between me and Bradley so that neither of us is taking on too much. It's what responsible and caring couples do, instead of shoving it all off onto the woman. As well as that, it's only because I have my job that Bradley and I can afford to keep you living in our house with us. Especially considering that you don't bring any money into the house yourself. We need everything that we can get just to meet the increase in our bills, now that you've started using our electricity and water.
Oh, so now you're complaining that I'm using too much and costing you too much? What a lovely daughter-in-law you are. I feel so welcome in your home. That was sarcasm, if you didn't know.
No, I guessed that it was.
Anyway, you say that both you and Bradley need to work in order to keep me in the house, but we both know that that isn't true.
What do you mean?
Oh, do come off it. We both know that you only stayed at your job so that you could flirt with all the men there. There was no reason for you to stay there, not when Bradley is earning so much money at his work. I know that he's the one who pays for the house and bills. You don't really bring anything of value to the home.
And is that how you really feel?
Yes, it is.
I see. And who told you that Bradley earned more money than I did and that he paid for everything to do with the house?
Well, Bradley told me so himself.
What?
Yeah. The other night when you were working late again, although I'm pretty sure I know what you were actually doing, I asked Bradley if you really needed your job. He told me that you didn't, as he earned enough money to pay for the house and everything else. So basically, I know you just go to your job to get attention.
That's not true in the slightest. I love my job very much and I enjoy what I do. That is why I wanted to continue working. As for Bradley saying that he can afford this place on his own wages, well, I'll have a serious talk with him about that.
You can't get mad simply because I told you the truth. Even if you don't like it, there's nothing you can do about it. Face it, you just weren't cut out to be my sweet little baby's wife.
We'll just see about that. Bradley, why did you tell your mom that you could handle the finance of the house and bills and everything else without me? And that me going back to work was just a way for me to flirt with other people or something ridiculous like that?
Oh, Layla. Well, I guess I told her that because she was annoying me. She kept going on about how I should be the man of the house and you should be the woman of the house. I started to tell her that you needed to work so that we could afford the mortgage payments, but she looked so disappointed that I just blurted out that you do your job for fun because I can cover all the expenses. I didn't want to see my mom upset, or worse, have her think that I'm not the man of the house simply because I earn less than you.
But you do earn less than me.
Well, she doesn't need to know that.
Bradley, you need to tell your mom the truth. She has been driving me mad with all of her accusations and belittling. She was complaining to me simply because I left a bowl and a cup in the sink this morning in a rush to get to work.
I know that she can be a little bit temperamental, but she means well. It's just her way of helping out.
I don't think it is. I think that she's purposefully trying to be difficult as a way to try and make me feel bad.
Are you seriously suggesting that my mom is being petty? That's my mom, Layla, and I don't appreciate you implying those kinds of things about her. I love her dearly, and I would be happy to see the two of you get on, so at least try to do so.
I am trying. I've been as gracious as I can be by opening up our home to her so that she has somewhere to live. I shouldn't have to put up with her belittling and nasty attitude as well.
Are you sure you're not the one being horrible?
No, of course I'm not. Whose side are you even on? Okay, I'll try. For you.
Thank you.
You're a little snitch, you know that?
I'm sorry?
Telling my son that I've been acting horrible to you? It's only what you deserve. You can't provide for my son the way that I can. I mean, you can't even look after a house for him. If anyone should be yelled at, it should be you.
Why are you acting so horrible to me? What have I ever done to make you hate me so much?
That's simple. You took my son away from me.
What?
Yeah, he should be relying on his mom to do things for him, not his useless wife. In fact, you don't deserve this house given how you let it get all messy and everything. And considering that my son is the one who pays the mortgage and all of the bills, you're not actually wanted here anymore. I think you should leave. For good.
You have completely lost it now. Are you seriously trying to kick me out of my own home?
It's not yours. It's my son's. And he agrees with me.
No, he doesn't.
Ask him yourself.
Fine, I will. Bradley, your mom has gone too far now. She's trying to kick me out of my house. Can you believe that? I think it's time that we tell her that she needs to find somewhere else to live.
I'm not just kicking my mom out of the house. Besides, she has a point. I'm getting so sick and tired of your constant whining about her. Maybe it would be best if we just went our separate ways.
What? Are you seriously choosing her over me? I've done everything I can to make you happy, even letting you move your mom in with us even though I didn't really want to. And you decide that I'm the one being unreasonable and horrible?
Look, it's obviously not working out. Let's just be adults about this and end it. I'll keep the house, of course, as both me and my mom live there, so it only makes sense.
Oh, does it now? Fine, you can keep the house if you want it that bad. I'm sure I can find somewhere nicer anyway.
Whatever, just try and move your stuff out ASAP.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
So, did he finally tell you to pack your bags and take a hike? Huh, I told him he should have done that ages ago. He can do so much better than you for a wife. Not to mention that the house is ours. Honestly, you didn't stand a chance against me. I can't believe I actually get to keep living here though. I thought for sure that you'd put up some sort of fight for it.
Oh no. Like I told Bradley, the house is all yours. I'm sure I can find somewhere much nicer.
Huh? As if. Your work is all nonsense. I bet you don't even get paid that much. You'll probably come crawling back to Bradley begging for him to take you back, and I won't let him.
Believe what you want. You'll see soon enough.
What does that mean? Layla? Layla? Answer this phone right now. How could you do this to us? I thought that we were your family. Layla,
Hmm? Oh, Tracy, what do you want?
How could you just sell the house like that? I mean, I don't get it. You shouldn't be able to do that. Bradley was the one who paid the mortgage and everything, wasn't he?
Actually, Tracy, I'm the one who did all of that. My job pays much more than Bradley's does, so we agreed that the mortgage would go in my name as I was the one with the highest wages. And because I technically own the house, that means I can do what I want with it. Even sell it.
Yeah, but we're your family. You wouldn't kick your family out of their home, would you?
Oh, please. You never saw me as your family. All you thought of me was that I was some useless girl who stole your son away from you. Well, you got your wish. Your son is all yours, but the house is not. Think of it as compensation for the hell you put me through when I had to live with you.
But...
Sorry, but I'm really not interested in whatever vile tirade you want to spew. I am a very busy woman, although I suggest that you and Bradley move out of the house ASAP. I've already got very interested buyers wanting to take a look around.
Don't be such a selfish witch. Just let me and Bradley live here.
No, I don't think I will. Not after the way you both treated me. You deserve to find your own place to live. Although, with Bradley's salary being so small, I can't imagine it will be a very nice place. Oh well, that's your problem, not mine.
Why, you...
Anyway, I've got a very busy day, so I'm gonna go. Please don't message me again. Goodbye. I ended up selling the house to a lovely couple who had a baby on the way. They were thrilled with the home and couldn't wait to start their little family. Tracy and Bradley were kicked out of the house, which meant they had to find a new place to live. They ended up renting a tiny, run-down apartment as Bradley couldn't afford anything bigger on just his salary alone, and his mom refused to work, instead demanding that her son provide for her. If only Bradley had listened to me, maybe he wouldn't be in the mess he is in now. Oh well, sometimes you have to let people learn the hard way.
Sir, I'm sorry to bother you, but I have a question. It's about the N&N company. I'm not sure about a few things. Do you have a second right now?
I don't have time right now. Can't you tell that I'm busy without asking anyway? You always call me and won't leave me alone. You've been working for how long? And you can't tell these kinds of things? If it's that important, then you can just ask someone else.
I apologize for not being able to figure things out sooner on my own. With regards to the N&N company, who else can I refer to ask questions about?
Dude, I just told you that I'm busy right now, didn't I? You really can't figure that part out on your own? You're not a child that needs to be shown everything, right? You should learn to do things on your own already.
I apologize, sir. I'll ask Mr. David for who to refer to.
What? Why would you ask David? David isn't bored like you, and has things to do. Stop getting in the way of people's productivity.
I wasn't sure who else would know what to do, so I just thought of him. I'm sorry that I didn't think about it enough, sir.
Oh, whatever. Just leave it alone. I'll handle the case with N&N. You just transfer all of the documents my way. It's seriously such a pain in the ass having employees that can't do their damn job. I'm already pretty busy because the CEO sees potential in me. I can't do everything because I'm a little nobody.
Understood, sir. I apologize for causing so much trouble with you. Please, handle the case from here on out. Mr. James, can I ask what happened with the N&N case?
What? What do you mean what happened? I made sure that everything was completed while I was incredibly busy. I squeezed it all between my schedules.
Thank you so much, sir. If possible, would it be alright for you to transfer all of the orders and invoices from them?
Oh, you won't need to worry about that. I'm going to be handling the N&N company cases now.
Huh? Are you saying that I will be removed from the project?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've grown tired of your uselessness. I'll take care of it from here on out, so you just do what you can to secure another deal with a different company. Alright?
I'm not sure, sir. I was the one that secured the deal the other day with N&N company, so if at all possible, I would like to have all responsibility to handle the case till the end.
Oh, that's not going to be possible. I already told them that we've changed the point of contact. They told me that they didn't want someone who threw away their work duties so easily. They said that they wanted someone new and didn't want to hear from you anymore.
I didn't throw away my work duties, sir.
You did pass it my way, didn't you? You should think about what it feels like when people have to pick up the pieces all the time. You just work on sales, alright, buddy?
Understood, sir. I apologize for all the inconvenience I've caused you.
You're newlywed, right? I can't see this ending well for you. I hope you work hard to not get divorced. I'm not sure if that'll be possible with how bad you are right now.
I'll do my best to make sure that doesn't happen, sir.
Your wife was really beautiful, wasn't she? You want me to pick her up for you before she dumps you?
No, sir. I vowed to be with her for the rest of my life, so I will have to pass on that offer.
Ah, look at you being straight-edged. I don't know what your wife thinks, though. Someone as useless as you. She might want to break up with you right now, even.
I pray that that's not the case. But if that is the case, then whatever happens, happens.
Uh-huh. That's a really boring take.
Mr. James, do you have a second, sir?
You again? How bored are you, always talking to me? Unlike you, I actually have stuff that I need to do.
I only need a moment of your time, sir. The change in schedule suggestions that I asked for you to consider before I submit it. It showed up in my department as suggestion accepted.
Huh? Yeah, those were my suggestions.
I knew it, sir. I only showed you so I figured that it had to be someone that took my credit. You are aware that I was the one that made the document and suggestions, correct? Why would you do such a thing? Plagiarize.
You should have made your suggestions sooner. You took too long to submit it, so it's your fault. Besides, you were basically able to make the form because of my advice. In a weird way, it was all my accomplishment. That's why I suggested it for you.
But I did ask for your advice and opinion, true. But only a small portion of my contact reflected the advice you gave me. I think that it's a little bit of a stretch to say that it was all thanks to you.
What? Are you saying that you used that list? No, right? The CEO likes me. You understand? The person who the CEO of this company likes versus the guy that's just a regular Joe Schmo. Who do you think the CEO will listen to and believe? You don't need to think that hard to figure it out.
This plan, the thing with N&N Company, I'm not sure what I did to deserve this kind of hatred to be directed towards me. Did I do something to offend you, sir?
Dude, I'm impressed that you haven't figured it out already. You can't do shit unless you have explicit orders. You don't report back anything, but you always ask me for help when I'm at least available to provide any kind of help. And then your marriage made everything worse. I can tell that you're distracted by your new life. You're not coming here to play around, you damn thief. And you realize that I, being your boss, have to clean up all the pieces for you. Do you understand? It's your fault for not being a good employee.
I really didn't mean for any of that to happen, sir. It seems that I have caused you a great amount of distress because of my attitude. I apologize. I will do whatever I can to make sure that this sort of thing does not happen again.
You really can cut the formal crap, okay? Honestly, I'd be happier if you just up and quit your job for me. If you have a problem with the way I handle my work, you just quit. I don't really think we'll have a problem with you leaving this job anyway.
I'm sorry, sir, but I just got married, like you said. I cannot quit that easily. I hope you continue to mentor me and help me with my career.
Wow. If that's what you want, then I'll make sure you don't have a reason to stay here at all. Then you can quit with no remorse, right?
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, sir.
Just keep watching. You'll understand eventually. It won't take you long to figure it out either.
Are you cooking something up for me again?
You really should watch your tone towards your boss.
I'm sorry, sir.
If I were in accounting, I would cut your salary in half immediately. You should stop trying to figure things out like some kind of detective and just wait and see what happens like a good boy. Understand? It's not like you can do anything about it anyway. Just make sure that you don't add more work for me to take care of. It's seriously so tough having an employee that I can't use. Yo, Harold! Check it out! This is your wife, right? I totally stole her from you. She says that she's completely tired of her husband. I mean, now you don't have a reason to stick around and steal our salary, right? You lost your job and your wife. What a loser!
What is this photo about, sir? Why do you have a photo like this on your phone?
Well, it's because I took the photos, of course. She's let me take whatever photo I want of her.
I see. Is the woman that you're seeing consenting to all of this?
The woman I'm seeing? What are you talking about? You probably shouldn't be saying that about your own wife. Or wait, maybe it's that you don't want to admit it's your own wife doing this kind of thing.
No, it's not really about admitting if it's my wife or not. It really isn't my wife.
What are you talking about? No matter what way you look at it, it is your wife. You really need to face reality, dude. Kinda scary.
Well, actually, my wife has a twin.
Huh? What?
Yeah, so I'm sorry to break it to you, but that person isn't my wife. I'm gonna go ahead and be the one to tell you that you stole the CEO's wife.
What? No, don't play like that!
I'm not playing around, sir. My wife has a small but noticeable freckle under her right eye. The woman in this photo doesn't have that freckle, does she?
I'm sure it's just the angle of the photo!
I don't know about the truth behind this photo, but I can tell you that if you just bring the woman and look at her in person, you'll be able to figure it out pretty quickly.
You've got to be shitting me! I didn't know about that at all!
I don't think it's something that would get brought up in our regular conversations. I didn't want people to think or treat me differently because I was family with the CEO. But you really did something that is truly wrong, didn't you, sir? I can't believe you would make a move for the CEO's wife over some kind of cheap workplace drama.
No, wait, but look, I didn't know that it was his wife!
Right, you thought it was my wife.
Exactly! So this is something that happened entirely by accident!
It was quite odd that you went for the CEO's wife. However, you really shouldn't have gone for someone's wife at all. It's not very much an accident.
I mean, let's look at it this way. If we just keep it between ourselves, then this never has to hurt anyone, right? Right, Harold?
As much as I'd love to be on board with that idea, the CEO is my brother-in-law, and the woman in that photo is my sister-in-law. So, I can't really just let my own private life run rampant like that.
Oh, don't worry about it, dude. If you just shut up about everything, nothing has to happen and no one gets hurt.
I can't believe that his wife, that he loved oh so dearly, is cheating on him. My brother-in-law will be quite shocked. Personally, I want to tell him right now exactly what is happening. I even have a photo of the act taking place right now.
Hang on, Harold! I'm sorry for trying to make a move on your wife, and I'm also sorry for taking your work and claiming it as my own, but this is something else! Please, just let this go! Okay? Look, if I'm not around, there's a whole lot of work that won't get taken care of, right?
Oh, don't worry about the work duties that will need to be picked up. You always claim to be busy while loitering around the office all the time. The small amount of deals you had claimed as your own were all stolen from your employees. We all know that you don't do shit around the office. You not being around would make things work smoother, and I can't think of a single thing that will be more difficult as a result of your absence.
Wait! People are always saying that you look so busy all the time!
Oh, that's just sarcasm, clearly. Even with regards to the N&N company deal, your decisions about the whole project were too terrible, so I was actually asked to take over it after you leave.
What? Who said that?
The CEO of N&N himself.
The CEO?!
Well, I've always known the CEO of N&N. We've always got along well. Because you took over the case from me, replies were slow, the work grew stagnant, and the CEO had quite a few complaints to file with you. He was actually pretty damn pissed.
But...
The only thing I can think of that would be annoying from your absence is... Oh, maybe that it'll be my turn to take out the trash sooner during the week.
Hang on, Harold! We're such great friends! You wouldn't want to ruin our special relationship, right?
If you want to talk about the kind of relationship we have, you shouldn't be surprised if I just told on you about everything to the CEO immediately, right?
Hang on! Seriously, wait a second! Let's sit down and talk about it first, okay? Please let me talk to you, Harold!
We really don't have anything else to talk about, sir. You just go ahead and talk to the CEO to explain the situation to him instead. You might actually be able to talk your way out of it with him. You always bragged about how you were his favorite, right? After I told the CEO about the whole affair, he called his wife and James to the office and had a three-way conversation. He bragged so much about how he was the CEO's favorite, but when it came down to talking to him, he was completely overwhelmed by the atmosphere of the whole thing. He was like a scared little puppy. There was definitely no way to talk his way out of this one. The CEO's wife was also deeply regretful of her actions. The two ended up agreeing to try to work out their relationship, and agreed to try to sue James for all the damages. Since the actual affair only lasted for a short time, he was only sued for about $10,000. But more than any of the money, he was known as the terrible man who went for the CEO's wife and succeeded. He was tired of the looks people gave him, and eventually, he quit his job after looking like he had just seen defeat and was depressed. After the whole thing and James leaving the office, I was able to work extremely efficiently. I actually was promoted to his position as manager. He was such a stressful person to deal with and just an annoying existence in my life. But I'm using him as something that someone should never do to help educate our new hires.